I guess I'll pay attention. Good evening, everybody. This is 7 o'clock on Friday. This is the Rainbow Support Friday Live, okay? We do this every other Friday since the pandemic. We used to do it every Friday just to give people stuff to do on Fridays instead of, because we didn't get to go to the club or anything fun. So we did this just to keep touch with everybody. So now we do it to provide information every other week and to meet people across the globe in the LGBT. Who are we? We are the Rainbow Support Group. We are an LGBT support group based out of Spartanburg, South Carolina. You can find us at www.rainbowsupportgroupsc.org. And you can also find us at www.rainbowsupportgroupsc.com. Both of them will take you to our website. On our website, we have tabs all across the top to help you out, to get you resources, to get you information, to keep you up to date on what we're doing. There's also a link where you can put your email on there and you can get our newsletter once a month. You can contact us for any support you need. All of our links are clickable. So you can go to who you see. There's colleges on there. There's businesses on there. There's resources for you on there. There's mental health for you on there. There's AIDS awareness stuff on there. And HIV, you guys go on there and click those resources. We've made it as easy as possible for you. We found out that the LGBT doesn't like to go too far or work too hard to get anything. So we've made it as easy as possible. Lee has done an excellent job with the broadcasting you're watching right now. He's actually in the background. We put all these on the bottom. So if you look at the bottom of the screen, there's all kind of resources that you can find. We are here to help the LGBT to thrive and survive. Okay. Also, I would like to take a moment to talk about our sponsors who are our sponsors for the year 2021. If we do, in fact, have Pride, they will be on the back of our T-shirts. So just know that these businesses are very important. Hi, Miss Becky of Mom's Hugs. And by the way, Mom's Hugs is also down on the bottom as well as one of our partners. And look, my niece is trying to talk to me, but she knows that I'm on live. She's one of our partners. Mom's Hugs is huge. And we love Becky. Becky, I love you very much. If we do have Pride, I'm going to be hugging the shit out of Becky, just to let you know. Everybody's going to hug Becky. Becky's going to have to get like, whatever the cops wear, because we're going to break her ribs. Okay. That's all there's going to be. 2 years, no hugs. Oh my God. Anyway, so please make sure that you're looking across the bottom for all of our partners. And then you can go into our website, like I said, and click any of those links. If there's anything that you need that you can't find on there, please contact us and we would love to do research for you. The board right now, we are crazy researchers. We are those nerds and we will look it up for you. The research that I'm the most proudest of is Lee when he got Australia. Okay. He helped Australia find resources, and I think that rocks. Okay. I mean, across the ocean. I mean, that's wonderful. Hi, Dustin. I'm glad you're home from camping, even though camping is like wicked cool, and I totally respect that. Hi, little boy. I love you very so much. I love you very so much. Way, man, Becky. Hugging the shit out of some Becky. Hey, red cup now. Hey, Becky. I'm over it. I need red cup and a hug, please. Okay, that's all I need. All right, we're going to head into our topic for today. I do want to throw it out there. Mocha will be joining us shortly. Tessa will also be joining us shortly. The workforce has gotten into us. Hi, Asher. So people are working. So Mocha is on her way to join us. She'll join us shortly. And Tessa is going to join us in the comments. She'll let us know when she's here, and then everybody say hi to Tessa. And then if you have any questions, she can talk directly to you during the live. The same with Lee. Lee's in the background. If you guys have anything to say or any questions, Lee is going to be reading what you're saying. If there's an emergency or you want a topic to discuss, please let us know. Okay, because we're down for that. That's what we're here for. All right. So what are we talking about today? Kim, we're talking about Trans Day of Visibility. Why is it important? Why does it matter? Why is it important to know about trans people and issues? And then I say, well, let's do some history today. History with Kim. And see, if Mocha was here, she could do some like really cool background thing. Da, da, da. The history of trans. No, some history of trans. Varies so much. Varies so much. Fly, make sure you're doing well. Make sure you're doing well. No, I have some history of trans. And people, it's very important that we know these things. And it's very important that everybody learn them. Okay. Hi, Chancey. I love you. Please take note of these things and these people and remember them and tell people about them. Remember, education only goes as far as if you spread it. If somebody teaches you something and you've learned something and you keep it inside of your head and you're the only one that knows, then you really haven't done anything. Make sure you're spreading your knowledge to people once you find out a real knowledge. Okay. There was a trans woman. Everybody says trans is new. This is a new thing. Well, first of all, no, it's not. And I'm going to tell you a date, but I want you to know that trans has always existed. But I'm just going to start with some early history. Okay, late history. I know, I saw that. Okay. We'll start with like the 1700s. No, the 1900s. 1900s. Let's just start with the 1900s, okay? Because trans have always existed. Okay, it's a birth defect. Okay, don't get me started. Okay. There was a trans woman named Lily Alby, and she lived from 1882 to 1931. She was one of the first women to have gender reassignment surgery in Germany back then. Okay, so this trans surgeries and all of that, and everybody's like, oh, this is a new thing. No, it is not a new thing. It is not a new thing at all. Okay, so this woman, Lily Alby, we love her. Okay, she was one of the first models, trans models, just to let you know. So trans have been around and in the public and in the view since the 1900s. Okay, at least. Okay, they've always been around. Okay, and then we want to talk about Lucy Hicks Anderson. Lucy Hicks Anderson was a trans woman who was important in fighting for marriage equality. Okay, now this is where trans trauma comes in. In 1944, she managed to get married because of all of the things that she did as an advocate for this. But in 1945, she was arrested. She was convicted of perjury due to her stating on her marriage license that she was female. So there's that. They give, they take back, they give, they take back. Then in 1969, we all know about Marsha P. Johnson and the Stonewall riots. She was also in the Gay Liberation Front, Transvestite Action Revolutionaries, and she was an AIDS activist with a group called ACT UP. Okay, very prominent trans woman in our world. Huge differences. Okay, all the pride marches, all the everything. That was a trans woman that did that, just to let you know. Okay. And then in 2004, just another piece of history, a trans woman named Michelle Bruce was going for city council member of Rivendell, Georgia. But she was sued by her political opponents because of fraud, because of her gender on the application. What does this tell us? Okay, progress with time. These people are very important in our world, and they are trans people. Okay, these names we should not forget. These people have a huge place in our life. Okay, Trans Day of Visibility. Who are they? Are they important in our world? Oh my goodness, you would have no idea. These people are fabulous. Okay, now, where are we now? Where are we now? We do have trans holding public office. We do have transgender persons running for office, holding positions. That is progress. That is good. We have trans and allies defending publicly the bathroom rights of our trans people, of school protections for our kids that are trans, and fighting for the to be included in the hate bills that are going around. Okay, trans are huge, making change still. So all of the LGBT, this is kind of Kim poking people. Okay. Trans people, dear LGB, the trans part of the LGBT is almost the most important part. Okay. They're the ones that, I guess, get pissed first or get the most pissed. They're the ones that are doing the actions. Okay. If you have walked in a pride march, thank a trans person. Are you aware of women's rights, trans rights, bathroom rights? Are you aware of any of these things? It is because trans people are pushing. Okay. What do I say in all of this history? And I know what we're getting on the news, which is why I was hoping Mocha could be here to talk about this part too. But we have time. Right now, we're hearing things in the news that are working against the trans community. Okay, but they're not actually saying LGBT. They're saying trans. Okay, more than not. Okay, and I need everybody to be aware of that. I think that it's now time to call out to all the LGB part to stand up for the originals, for the trans people now. Now they need us, for lack of a better word, to throw bricks. And I don't encourage throwing bricks. Okay, that's not, Lee, you heard me say that, right? I didn't say throw bricks. Okay, what I'm saying is it's time for the LGBT, the LGB, to stand up and defend the T. The T is getting so much hate and discrimination at this point, legally, everything across the board, violence-wise, everything. It is up to us to protect them and to take care of them. You can't hear anything? Lee, are you there? Are we live and can we hear? I don't know this. Can we hear? Okay. Okay, I have volume on mine. I think we have volume. You're joking. I'm going to punch you in the face. No, Becky. No, Becky. No, Becky. Look, Becky. Becky. No. Remember, and Becky, I get in trouble for everything, Becky. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said a mountain hike is what I said. Becky, get me in trouble. Of course you would. No. Okay, so, back to yelling at the LGB. Dear LGB, we need to stand up and defend our trans people. We need to be vigilant about what is going on and be aware. I can't believe within a week of saying you're going to give us a $1,400 check, all of a sudden stuff hits the thing of you guys passing bills against us. I mean, wow, that was quick. No, stay focused. Okay, and apparently we need to look into who in South Carolina, though. I know we're global, y'all. I'm just going to talk South Carolina for a minute. We need to find out when and how we vote for these people that run South Carolina. That's what we need to find out. Okay. Stacey Abrams did it in Georgia. Okay, let's let the gay people do it in South Carolina. Okay, we need to figure that out. I need to figure that out, and I'm not smart enough to, so y'all need to do some research for me. Okay. Okay, so we talked about that. What was I talking about? Okay, I'm almost done. Okay. I've been talking to a lot of people that are tired and they don't want to fight anymore. And I had to make a point. I know I'm 27. Okay. But I'm really not. Okay. I'm 56 years old. Okay, I'm 27. Anyway, I have been fighting for LGBT rights for in excess of 25 years. Okay, hi Tessa. How old are you? My question to you is, how old are you? So if you are 28 years old, then when you were 3 years old, I was already marching. Okay. I'm tired too. Okay. And I'm scared now because I'm getting older and I'm afraid that complacency is taking over. Hi, Travis. You're right. And Travis, we need to find out how we vote with our state and who we vote for. And when we vote for them, we need to do that. Okay. Because I don't know that. And we can educate each other. Together, we can do that. Everybody needs to message on the page. Let's all learn how to vote. Let's learn how to fix this shit. Okay. Stacey Abrams did it in Georgia. Took Georgia. Okay. I'm giving it to Stacey Abrams. By the way, if y'all don't know who she is, you need to look her up. She's my hero. Okay. Don't be afraid. Don't be tired. I mean, be afraid. Be cautious. We talk about that all the time. Be safe. And the more rights we get of people that don't like it, the more you need to be careful. Okay. And I understand that. Okay, Travis, you on it then. Travis is assigned to find out for me exactly where I need to show up so that I can tell the people and what days we show up and who are we showing up for and what are we doing. I just need to know. Now, remember, we are not a political organization, nor can we do that. However, I can tell you where to go. I can tell you when to go. Can't tell you who to go for, but I can tell you when and where to go. You can't stop us from doing that. Even though in the history of the United States, they've done that repeatedly forever, which is why the rainbow helps people sign up for voting and will deliver you to the polls when necessary, because they will not stop us. Okay, there's that. Travis, you got me all started. Okay, so we need to call out to everybody to protect the trans because they were there for us in the beginning, as history has shown you. Okay, our trans people are the ones that started the marches. Okay, cool, Travis. They are the ones that are making the change. They are the one, and they're also the ones that are dying. I need everybody to please pay attention to our trans community. Okay, simple, cut, and dry. There's that. Okay, now I would like to bring Lee on because Lee had some really wonderful things to say. Lee, are you there? Can you hear me? Maybe not. Oh, in a second. Okay, cool. We're on pause. Hold, please. Yeah, but we're the rainbow, you know. We're all cash like that. So hello to everyone far away. I know that you guys won't see this. You're not seeing this live. You'll see this at your time zone. So hello to you all. Hi, Lee. Oh, look at our cool trans background. Liking it a lot. Very nice. All right, Lee, tell me.
Just so you know, I didn't bring myself in.
Did Mocha? Oh, good girl, Mocha. Oh, that's funny. Go Mocha. That's why we call her Mama.
I didn't even know she got here.
Oh, she yanked you. All right. That's great. Yeah, we call her Mama for a reason now. Okay. What does Trans Day, being a trans person? Okay, good. I love you. Being a trans person. Trans Day of Visibility, of course, is March 31st, not today. Right. Okay. But we're doing this today because this will be our last Friday live. So we wanted to take up this time to do this. Now, Lee's got a project set up for the 31st. So you'll hear from the Rainbow on Trans Day of Visibility. However, we wanted to actually have an extended live for everybody for Trans Day of Visibility. So, Lee, tell me, what does Trans Day of Visibility mean to you as a trans man?
To me, It's honor and strength for all the people who paved the way for us. It's to be able to teach and educate everybody who paved this road for the trans community. That's what they did. They set this in motion for us today to teach and educate for future generations of trans. And without them, we wouldn't be where we are today, and we wouldn't be able to push forward and put the step in the right directions for future generations, that they don't have to deal with what we're dealing with now. Hopefully, and maybe next generation, they won't have to deal with so much trans trauma, what we call trans trauma.
Right.
So that's what it means to me. I mean, when I was younger, my mom told me people feared what was strong, and that's exactly what it is. People fear what's strong, so we have to go and fight fear and become great. And that's exactly what trans is being great and doing our part to educate and take down these walls that people are putting up for us.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. And I love that. And dear human, I love you. And I love you being on the board of the rainbow. That right there is everything. Okay. That's acceptance of where you are, love for yourself, help for other people. I mean, that's just a beautiful thing. Trans Day of Visibility. I want people to meet Lee. I'm glad that Lee gets to be global. Meeting trans people, maybe on here today, tomorrow. Somebody who is a hater will come on here and they'll meet Lee. And they'll be like, but I like Lee. And I'm like, I know, you're going to like Lee. Lee's cool. Okay. You're going to learn that trans is not anything. It's nothing. They're people. They're just Lee. It's just Lee. Okay. Now that's Lee's little side. Now, Lee, I want you to stay on, and we wanted to bring Tessa on. Tessa, can I bring you on? Apparently she's hiding in the bathroom at work. But I don't know. She might have gone back to work. Is she still there? I don't know. Hey, Mocha, you still yanking people? There's Mocha. Hi, Mocha.
I don't see Tessa waiting. She's not next, so I don't think. I think she had to go back to work.
She probably did. Okay, so Mocha, being gender fluid, I would like to ask you. You kind of fall under the trans umbrella, yet you're not actually trans. What is your opinion, and what does Trans Day of Visibility mean to you as a gender fluid individual?
Well, like you said, a lot of people get the term confused. Solomon, go lay down. When I first began my journey down the rainbow path, when I verged away from that straight world that I was living in, I knew what I was attracted in and attracted to. So I definitely came out as gay. But then I knew there was something else underlying that I needed to discover. And it's that part of self-discovery that we talk about. Not a lot. We're going to start talking about it a lot more. But that self-discovery journey that I was going down, I came to trans first. A lot of you who don't know me, I do sometimes present myself as a fabulous drag queen. But that only became so due to the art that I presented in a way that stories you'll find out when you join our WebEx. When you join our WebEx meetings, you'll find a whole different side to us because we all have these different personal stories that you don't know. So it's kind of hard for me to tell you because I have to fill you in on everything. But I did come to trans first because that's all I knew. I didn't know of anything else because I was not only comfortable being masculine and wearing masculine clothes and wearing the ball cap. But I was very, very comfortable and felt safe in a dress and in heels and in hair.
And looks fabulous. Oh my God.
Right. And apparently it was something I was good at. So,
Very
but
good.
then as we venture forward in the rainbow, we discovered new things. Gender fluid came. And gender fluid kind of puts the idea of gender as a spectrum. You can come out looking like Marilyn Monroe or all the way to Jon Snow from that show on Netflix where they're like barbarians. Or anything in between. And that fit me so much more well because I didn't want to get rid of any body parts that I have. I loved every piece of me. I just discovered a new side that I wanted to embrace because I loved it just as much.
Right. See,
The Trans Day of Visibility to me is taking all of that in not concept, but taking all of that into
I know they call us when we're on live.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Friday. Y'all know this. We've done this for a year. Are you kidding me?
Yes. Trans Day of Visibility is, to me, is shedding light on all the people who have yet to discover that path or who are unable to walk down that path due to self-protection because, you know, I wasn't always safe before I could come out. You have to come out at your time. You know, Kim, you were a late bloomer coming out as lesbian. It doesn't always happen when you're young. It does. And
call me out, Mocha. God, Lee looked up, going, "Well, there's that."
It's that thing again. You know, I assume that everybody knows us, but it's kind of like we have to start over. You're going to hear us talk about this WebEx thing because it is vital that you join us on these WebEx meetings because that's where we can show you the actual side that we built.
Get that connection, that intimate connection. Right. On here, everything is broad and general, and we kind of have to be PC a lot. On the WebEx, PC is out the window. Okay, we just talk. And it's a really good thing. Mocha, I love it that you brought that up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's why
I'm just now logging into my Facebook side. So
y'all have probably been talking to her, and we don't.
I'm on hers.
No, we're waiting on you, Tessa. Mocha, Tessa's here. I'd like to bring her in and get her to give us her scope.
Tessa, you got to join on the StreamYard. Go through the group chat and click on. You're in the comment section. We need you to get on the StreamYard. So go through the group chat, click on the StreamYard link, and then join that way because you're not waiting backstage.
Right. Okay. So come in. And yes, we do. Because
we're waiting on you.
We're waiting on you because we want you to do your part. Because Mocha's talking about hers. Now, Mocha, are you done with your part, or would you like to say anything else?
But like I said, Trans Day of Visibility to me is shedding light on those who can't do it, or to also embrace the ones who were able to and have yet to.
Right. Right. I think it's so important. And I love how Tessa, as she's getting ready to come in, I love how she pulled up these women, these trans women in history since the 1800s that really have impacted our world and made change. For those trans people that are like, it's not worth it. It doesn't matter. Okay, it does matter. And it's mattered for so many decades. Now, I'm sorry that the LGBT struggle is so hard and so long. However, we got to keep going. We got to keep going. Somebody asked me the other day, why should I keep going? And I said, well, you do whatever you need to do. I said, but I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going until I'm old. You aren't women. Who said that? You got a hater on there? Yeah.
Oh, that's YouTube. It's our first YouTube guest. So
Oh,
This is our
hi,
first
there's a
experience with
hater.
a two-person. I know.
Is there a hater? Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Kim Williams, and that is Princess Mocha, and that is Lee King, and we run the Rainbow Support Group. Is there any questions you have? We would love to talk to you. I have coffee. We call these coffee meetings.
I'm laughing because it took me forever to figure out why it was red. I was like, why is this comment red?
Okay, great. Well, first of all, your screen name is not really nice. So we're going to start with that.
And just for a minute, we're just going to put you in timeout, Ronnie. Just, you're blocked.
Okay, okay. Mama has put them down. I was ready for some, hate coming my way, pride.
We'll give you 5 minutes for a timeout.
And then you can come back. Right. And then you can come back. Okay, we're going to.
I want you to rethink. I want you to take those 5 minutes.
That's why we call her Mama. She put him in timeout.
Give you time to think about your
it even comments. Says that. Look, y'all could probably see it, but it says, it probably says blocked for y'all. But
no, I can't. Right. I'm not on YouTube. I'm on Facebook. Hi, Tessa.
Hi.
Hi, Tessa. Hey, Tessa, you did really good with your research, and I've told the people about it. We took up the first part of the live going over the history of trans that you gave us, and you pulled some really great data. I appreciate that. It was great. And then I went and we asked Lee, what did he feel about Trans Day of Visibility? And then we asked Mocha, being gender fluid, what was her take on the Trans Day of Visibility? And now I want to ask you, as a trans woman, what is important to you about Trans Day of Visibility?
Well, first off, I would like to say thank you for allowing me the opportunity to come and speak on this matter and the importance of Trans Day of Visibility. To me, I feel like Trans Day of Visibility is very important because not only does it show us as trans people that we have a place in this world, it shows the accomplishments that we as the trans community have done and how far we have came. Like when I was doing some of that research, I had no idea who some of these people were.
Right, like, I didn't hear
Lucy
these names.
Hicks, Elba,
Lily Alba.
Yeah, I couldn't pronounce her name.
Lily Alba. Never heard of her. You're right. Never heard of her
either. And they were back in the 1900s. I want to say Lily was born in 1800s.
1883.
And
I mean, really, that was great.
I just thought that was so cool that the existence of the trans community, there was documentation of transgender people existing in that time and how far we have came. Although we do have lots of ways to go, however, we have came a very far way.
We have, and like you pointed out in your thing you sent me, trans people have also paved the way, like literally. Okay,
Right.
like literally, they're the ones that walk first. They're the ones that talk first. They're the ones that make change first. They're the ones that demand first. So the LGB, you weren't here for that, but I kind of reamed them out a little bit, that it's time for us to stand up and defend and protect the T part. Okay, the T part has done so much for the LGB. It's now time for us to take care of the T part. I really love all these facts you did. Good girl.
Thank you. I was wanting to, so for those who, like I said, I didn't even know who Lily Elbow was or Lucy Hicks until, actually, I'm kind of ashamed to admit this, until about 2 years ago, when Kim told me. I didn't know who Marsha P. Johnson was.
Ah.
And
Wow.
I didn't know. And so I would like to think that I'm not the only one who didn't know. So
no, a lot of people. That's why.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Nope.
For those who don't know who some of these people are that I mentioned, like Marsha P. Johnson, Lucy Hicks, Lily Elbow. Lily, am I saying her name?
Lily Alba.
Elba, Lily Elba. She was born in 1883, and she was from Germany.
Right.
And not only did she identify as a trans woman, she was one of the first known transgender models in Germany. And how that happened was she was with a friend who was a designer, and one of her models didn't show up. And so she asked her to fill in the spot. And when she filled in the spot, Lily found out that she loved who she was and started living her true self. And I just think that that was so amazing, and what a coincidence that was, how things just fell into place to
And
allow
the
her to be
year
able.
and the year in which that took place.
Right. 18. Well,
Yeah,
it was
it would have been
1931.
it would have been early 1900s.
Right.
Okay,
1931, I believe.
so all of these haters, dear YouTube dude, who say that trans, this is some new whatever, some fetish, some weirdness or whatever. No, trans have been around forever and in all of history. Okay, if you'd like to talk to us about it, we can tell you about the history of trans in theater, in everything, all the way back in time. Okay, so I really wanted to talk to that hater, Malcolm.
Well, he's only blocked for 5 minutes, and he can come back.
Okay, because I really want
to. It says for 5 minutes, and then he can come back into the chat. So that's why I was.
Okay, but if he says it again
I
without
think he
discussion,
can still watch. I'm assuming he just can't comment.
okay.
So that's why I was like, think about what you're saying for the 5
Right.
minutes, and then come
Now
back,
we're
and then
open. We are open to communication and conversation, but if it comes to confrontation, he out.
Right.
Okay, because I won't. But what he said was, I heard. I really want to correct. Okay, I really want to correct. It's
Well,
like
go ahead.
time.
Well, it is. This is recorded, so go ahead and correct him so everybody else that was witnessing it can hear.
Okay, if you witnessed that, you saw a hater, as Mocha said, we're running very many platforms right now. So all of us, that's why there's so many board members here and participating, because we keep an eye on this. Okay, your safety is our number one concern. We will not tolerate haters. However, we are here for education. What did I want to tell this gentleman? The comment that I heard, I might have heard it incorrectly, I am uncertain, was that isn't a girl. And I'm assuming, which we should never assume, I'm assuming that you were talking about my trans women not being women because they were born with male parts. Okay. I want to correct you and tell you they are women. Okay. What that is birth defects that you're getting stuck on. Okay, thank you for the trigger warning. These people are born just like anyone else that has a birth defect. Yes, Tessa. That just like if you're born with diabetes and your pancreas doesn't work, if you're born with your heart on the outside, I've known of people that have been born with 6 fingers and 6 toes and they just remove them. I've heard of people being born with their intestines on the outside. They just do surgery and they repair it. With trans people, that is the same thing. They were born with birth defects. So when they get old enough and they get insurance and they save their money, they go into the doctor. The doctor takes care of this medical issue for them, and then they just live their life. Okay, now, I would like to explain to you in my preschool way what trans means for those people who don't know. And everybody laughs because my way of explaining it is so simple. Okay, y'all ready? We're going to go to class. It's going to be really quick. Okay, this is a cup. See this cup? This is a cup. In this cup is empty. Okay, and this cup represents a human in the mother's womb. Okay, this is the little baby inside the mom. Okay, if this cup is full of estrogen, okay, it's going to be small when it's born, usually, mostly. Of course, there's always outliers. That's science, blah, blah. But for the most part, they're going to be small of stature. They'll be shorter. They're going to have softer skin. Most of the time, they're not going to have hair on their butt. They're not going to have hair on their chest for the most part. They're going to be smaller jawline. They're going to be this way. Their voice will be higher. Okay. Now, if I take that cup and I go and I dump that out, okay, now I'm back to my empty cup. So I have my empty cup, which is the baby inside of the mom. Now I pour testosterone in it, okay? Now that is going to be born bigger, thicker, made stronger, have a deeper voice, have hair in weird places, like hair on top of their ears or hair on their butts or weird stuff, okay? I don't know why boys have hair on the top of their legs. I don't get it, but okay. So, and they're going to be taller, and their hands are going to be bigger, and they're going to be stronger for the most part, okay? That has to do with chemicals, okay? Regardless. So sometimes babies are born and they have the wrong mixture in here. So they either have too much estrogen and not enough testosterone, or they have one or the other. So they know this when they're 5 years old. They'll say, I knew this was wrong. So when they grow up, they go to a doctor and they say, man, this is wrong. And the doctor says, yeah, man, that's wrong because the chemicals are wrong. So let me give you some new chemicals and it'll make you feel better. And you know what? It makes them feel better. Now, congratulations. You all have passed Trans Awareness Class 101. And everybody's going to say, Kim, isn't there more to it than that? No. Aren't they freaks and weird and whatever? No.
Hi, Deborah.
It is a medical condition that a lot of them choose to take care of medically with a doctor. Okay, it is nothing to do with weirdo-ness or whatever. I mean, are there weird people? Yeah. Okay, there are weird, freaky people everywhere. Okay, but are trans weird people? No. Transgender people are people who are people, and that's it. Ask a person who's how the physical transition is for them. Well, I know that's what we're talking about. I mean, you know, we're just trying to say this is where they are. So that when we talked about Trans Day of Visibility, we ended up with a hater on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So I know Deborah's like, why are you talking about that? We know that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wasn't really talking to us. We know all this. Okay, to us, we know this. I had to.
But that does bring up a good point. Like we said, that's our first person to comment from YouTube. It only takes that first baby step. So now we're going to have more and more. So we are going to expect views from all different spectrums. So, like I said, no one will get booted. But if you do come in with a hateful comment, you will be muted for 5 minutes. So you can think about your next answer before you say
and their mama is. And their mama
think
is.
About your next response.
Everybody always says, why do you call her mama? Okay, y'all are seeing why.
Because you get 5 minutes in timeout to think about what you said.
Because we will literally answer just about any question you throw at us. We will answer it. Just ask it. If you have any questions about the subject, ask us.
Right. Haters are welcome here.
Right.
Okay. We would like to educate you. It's very simple. Okay.
Hi, Bobby.
Know that it's easy. Don't know. So we're here to educate you.
Congratulations on finding a church, Bobby.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Congratulations. It is. Now, I DoorDash, and it was funny the other day. So I DoorDash to an obvious Trumper person that had their church in their front yard. Mm-hmm. And when I walked up, I thought, man, I wonder what you would think if a gay Wiccan was delivering your food.
Right. Like, and you never know. Like, also, like, when you come in with hateful comments, I know your main goal is to offend us, but imagine if one of your family members who is also LGBT is in here watching us and watching what you're saying to us. And if they don't watch it now, what if they watch it later? What about if it's an employer? Anybody? Think about what you say before you say it, because we will educate and there are repercussions. So, like, you could hurt one of your close friends, your family members, unintentionally by trying to hurt us.
And don't forget about Mark Zuckerberg and all of those people video and stuff.
Right.
You know,
Once you put it up there on the internet, it's always out there.
you know.
There's a
And
quote
hate's
that
not good.
touches on that so well, what you said, Mocha. I'm not sure if anyone has seen the movie Prayers for Bobby. However, the quote, I wish I could remember her name to quote her directly. However, the quote that she says is, before you echo amen in your home or place of worship, remember and think a child is listening. And that speaks so many volumes, because just to kind of, for those who aren't familiar with the movie or with the story, I don't want to give too much away without but to kind of bring everyone up to speed, it's an LGBT movie. I do recommend that if you haven't seen it, to maybe give it a watch if you're looking for a good movie. And Mary Griffin, yes, thank you, Deborah, for that, by Mary Griffin. And that speaks so many volumes, because I remember before I came out as transgender, I was that child in the church that silenced, and everyone saying amen when they prayed, and was bashing who I am or who I thought that I was. Then that did eventually silence me, and I didn't want anything to do with the church. I didn't want anything to do with anyone who represented the church, because in my mind, it was the church who was spewing so much hate, and that wasn't necessarily the case.
Right.
Sometimes it's people who don't have the education or understanding, and the lack of education can cause a whole bunch of misunderstandings.
And that's how we know Chansey. Now, you always see Mocha and I say hello to Chansey. Chansey was a preacher here in the upstate. And because of all the things you're talking about, that is one of the people that we turn to, because he was a married gay man running a church. We went to him for that because he understood our concerns. So your concerns are very valid to the LGBT, huge. And the fact that he found a church with that list we gave him, I'm very pleased. I'm very, very, very pleased. Very pleased.
Awesome. And also, bringing up on, I don't believe I was in for the YouTube comment. However, that does bring me kind of into the next person I was wanting to talk about, Lucy Hicks. Lucy Hicks, she, from a very young age, felt as if she was a girl, and with the support of her parents and support of doctors, they allowed her to live that way, to live as her true self. And she was actually the first one to have gay marriage, because in I want to say it was 1931. I don't want to quote the dates because I'm not exactly sure of the date. She was taken to court.
1945.
1945. Sorry, thank you. I don't have my notes right in front of me. 1945. She was taken to court and accused of lying on her birth certificate, on her marriage license, because on her marriage license she stated that she was a woman, and she got married to a man. She was married twice. So, as a born male, she was married to another male.
Well, see, but there you got to listen to the trans trauma in that. In 1944, she was married for the second time. Okay, the first time she was married in her birth gender.
Right.
She was married in 1944, she being one of them that fought for marriage equality. And then in 1945, then they went in and busted her for it.
And her quote, with her quotes was, "I am as I live, a woman."
Right.
And that was in 1944.
1944.
See, okay. Imagine what it was back then.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying. Everybody's like, I'm tired. I don't want to keep going. I'm like, but look what these people did. Like that Lily Alby. In the 1800s, she was a freaking model. Are you kidding me? Being a trans model? How cool is that? Okay, that was a long time ago. We have to keep going.
In
Right.
1945 was even before Stonewall, because Stonewall and Marsha P. Johnson was in 1969.
Correct.
And Marsha P. Johnson is one of the ones, she is known.
Tessa, we can't hear you. I think your connection's lagging. Oh, now I hear you.
I hear you now.
Yeah, try talking.
I hear you now.
Okay, sorry about that. I didn't
there
put
you
my
go.
phone on Do Not Disturb.
Izzy says hi, everyone.
Hi, Izzy.
Hey, Izzy.
But Marsha P. Johnson is known to be the first one to throw the first brick at the Stonewall riot.
Right.
And however, it was claimed to be a shot glass, and that is, it said that she was to throw that shot glass was heard around the world, starting the gay pride and the Stonewall riot. So just with that
current
woman,
day
Marsha P. Johnson, as well as her roommate Sylvia. Sylvia, they started the Stonewall riot and started change, and was like, we're not going to get treated like this. We're tired of getting arrested for being who we are. We're tired of the brutality. We're tired of everything that's going on. This isn't going to last anymore. We're not going to take it anymore. My favorite song. But I would like to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to
absolutely
speak on transgender visibility and how important, and also talk about the people who came before us, the generations before us, and how we can continue where they left off.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tessa. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Lee.
Yes, thank you both.
All right. So the question is, so why does Trans Day? Okay, Tessa, Mocha, can you pull Tessa up? There we go. Yeah. Okay, so why is Trans Day of Visibility important? Remember, it is on March 31st, and we are going to do something. Lee's in charge of that. On the 31st, you will hear from the Rainbow. We won't be doing a live, I don't think, but we will be aware. You'll be aware of us on the 31st. We just wanted to give length to this topic.
If you want, we can do like a little project, just depending on how much viewer participation we have. If you want to send us just a short, I know you all are either on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, anything of the sort. You could do a 15-second video and just tell us your example, or maybe not even your example, but what Trans Day of Visibility means to you. And then we can compile a compilation and put them all together and share them, of course, if that's what you would like. So send your video to us, and then we can all make it on our post. Like us, what did we do last time where the board members all did a video?
They did videos, their own trans videos that day.
Wasn't this was this time last year that the board did it?
Yeah, they did their own videos.
Right. So now let's ask the community to also participate and see how many videos we get, and we can share your stories as well.
I like that idea, Mocha. So why is it important for this? Because we have so much still to do. We need to shine a light on the trans and on the plight of the trans community, to enact change and provide protections for this group that is vital and important to the LGBT. There is the trans have done everything, y'all. Don't be an LGB cocky, okay, and thinking that we did it all by ourselves. Okay, we did not. We followed the trans people in this change. Right now, you hear about such horrible things in the news about trans people, and it's up to all of us to educate people on what trans means, what words are acceptable, what words are not acceptable. This needs to be an open dialogue of education, just like what Tessa showed us with all of this important information about how many trans people are making positive change in our world. It's so important, Mocha.
And we also need to shed light on, because I just jotted down that the next time that we handle a topic, we also need to just touch on, when we have videos like this, it does seem like we're pointing fingers. We're not. We also need to shed light on the fact that from within the LGBT, there is hate towards the T. When she said the LGBT,
I'm pointing fingers. Okay. Well, I just told Izzy, you're the good girl and you're not pointing fingers, but most of the time I am.
No.
And Izzy said you have to be good.
We don't ever shed light on the fact of the wars from within the LGBT community. Because there are several people that I meet that do not understand trans, and they need further education because they're building their judgment off of events that have happened in their future that,
they do. And like Lilith Edith just said, okay, she just said a very important part. This is where, see my smile, it's stupid. When I talk about trans people, there's actually really cool names for them that make me very happy, like Two-Spirit and things like that. And there's some cultures to where if a trans person walks by you, you actually want them to touch you, to bless you. She was talking about that there are so many good things to know about the trans world if you're educated. Okay, we need to educate each other. We need to keep educating the haters, especially our YouTube guests. Okay, so that he can be educated and quit being such a hateful person.
Right. And I hope he comes back and he sees all the stuff that we've mentioned, and us saying if he has any other questions, please contact us.
And you can go to www.rainbowsupportgroupsc.org. You can find us there. Or if you'd prefer, you can send me an email to the rsgsc@gmail.com, and you would like to discuss, even if you're a hater. I would love for you to write me. Let me know what your hangups are and let me talk to you. I mean, necessarily I won't change your mind, but I'd love to hear what's in your head. I would love to hear what makes you think the way you do. I'm down for coffee. I'm always down for coffee. The Rainbow does coffee. Let's get together and talk. If you're a hater, I'm inviting you to coffee.
Right. But don't come with any hatefulness because we don't tolerate that. So.
No, I'll put you down. But and Mama is a black belt, so carry on. However, we're totally down for communication and conversation, not confrontation. Okay, we learned that from Deborah Hawking years ago. Conversation, not confrontation. Confrontation gets you nowhere but in a fight. Okay, right. You have to open communication and then let it simmer. Like, you're not going to change anybody's opinion sitting there. Just give them facts and talk to them, see what happens, and then let the universe do its thing. Usually people learn and come around.
Right, and that is about 80% of the time.
Yes. And once they find out how simple it is, they're like, really? I'm like, yeah. Then they feel dumb. Then they're like, oh, is that all? I'm like, for real, that's it. That's it. And why do you care who people sleep with? Just throwing that out there. Okay, the LGB part. If they have a problem with the LGB part, that means they have a problem with who I sleep with. Why is that you business?
Right. Okay, so the next time you see us will not be
until the 2nd.
Right, so the 2nd, that Friday.
Correct. However, on the 31st, like we said, we are going to do something for Trans Day of Visibility, which is actually the day is March 31st.
Right.
So we will be on and off Facebook and the web on the 31st, but our next live will be on the 2nd.
And the second Tuesday of April is what?
Will be our WebEx.
What's the date?
Hang on, hold. I have a calendar. Hold, please.
Yeah, I haven't downloaded a calendar for April.
I'm on it, babe. I got you. Hold, please. Look,
Because remember, as we said, and we will continue to say, our WebEx meetings are going to be our new center of attention. We will still have lives, but they're not going to be as in depth. I can't see that.
no, you can't see it. Okay. WebEx will be on the 13th.
13th.
And then I would also like to plan a hiking event for April 25th. So I want everybody to be thinking about that and
Is that
location.
a Sunday?
It is, of course, for you. For you and Lee.
Okay, but as we were saying with the WebEx meetings, we're going to be focused a lot of our energy and attention on those meetings because that is a lot of the education that Kim and I need from you and that you can get from us one-on-one that's not live stream like we are now.
Right.
So April 13th, make sure you send us emails any day from now until then so we have it on file. Tell us you want to be there and we'll send you a link. And this time there'll also be backup. There'll be a plan B as well since we had some technical
Right. Oh my
issues.
God. And we haven't practiced yet. Oh, I need to write that down. Oh my, we have to do that. Oh my God. I forgot.
Yeah, that
Thank
was
you.
quite interesting.
Oh.
But we're gonna have it better this time.
Okay. Well, we have homework and we'll be ready for class.
Well, we're about to get off here and we're gonna test it. So
Okay. So
goodbye,
we'll be ready.
everyone. You
We'll
will
be
see us.
Absolutely.
Send
Y'all
us
have
videos
a
for the 31st.
That's right. Have a great couple of weeks and y'all stay safe. Remember, use your mask, keep your hands clean, and use your condoms. Okay, use your condoms. All right. See y'all in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Yank it, mama.